Okay, it looks like we are now ready for our run, so give it a hand for a Disneyland Adventures by our only cute little yellow mouse, Echo Tree. The stage is yours.
My name is Echo Tree. You may have seen me around here a little bit, but I am running Disneyland Adventures All Autographs. With me, I have two commentators, Black Belt Ginger Ninja and Cosmender.
Hello.
Hello.
And I'm gonna go ahead and start a new game here. Timing doesn't start yet. It starts after you customize your character. But I like to show off this little intro camera pan here. And a little bit about this game. This originally came out on the Kinect, and it used motion controls, so when you actually wanted to walk forward, you physically had to walk forward. And when you're sword fighting with Captain Hook, you got a sword fight with Captain Hook. But luckily, we have it on controller now, because the motion controls were not that great when I played it as a child. But super happy that we have controller support now. And yeah, I'm just excited to show off this game for sure. We get to customize our character here. We are going to choose a girl because the dialogue is actually faster with a girl. All the other stuff doesn't really matter. Let's pick a top here. Oh yeah, that looks like Minnie Mouse. Perfect.
Yeah, what are you thinking? What's your vision?
I'm thinking that's good.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. Y'all like that?
Yeah. No, you're cooking. That's
Okay.
great.
In that case, I am ready to start time. So, we can begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey there, pal. I'm Mickey Mouse. It's great to meet ya.
All right.
So who's this guy?
Yeah,
Mouse?
this is the one famous Mickey Mouse that we have here.
But I've been so busy with the Toontown Mayor
Where's his Keyblade?
that I haven't had the chance.
Not sure, really.
That's a Kingdom Hearts joke for the fans there, but that's fine. So-
I sure appreciate it.
So what is he giving us right now,
Oh, this
Echo?
is an autograph book. And right after he gives it to us, we're going to give it right back to him and ask for his autograph.
What an honor.
And you'll see us doing this quite a lot here, because this is the category, all autographs that we have to collect from all of the characters. And right there I just did a new strategy that we actually just discovered recently, where you can skip the ending dialogue of a character by hitting the start button twice fast and then exiting out. It skips that ending, so that's going to save us a bit of time throughout the run.
Yeah, I mean, every character has an intro dialogue and then a dialogue as you get their autograph, which, you know, is a necessary evil, and then the exit dialogue. Being able to skip the exit dialogue is huge. It adds up over time. And then I believe some of the other dialogues are gender dependent, which is why Echo is playing as a girl, right? To
Yes.
get that optimal exit and entrance dialogues and
Yes.
such.
We did actually just find out that the fastest dialogue for this game in general is Italian, but for the marathon purposes, we're playing in English so everyone can understand the characters.
I'm learning so many interesting new strats.
Yeah, this exit thing is really cool. Dripping, who is in chat, has been really going ham with this game, trying to find small optimizations. I know the route has changed.
Oh yeah, I will be using
A pretty decent bit.
using Dripping's route, which was modified from my route, which was modified from Black Belt's route. So it's kind of a huge collaboration with the community, this final route that we ended up, but it's always changing.
Yeah,
I
the
love
game is
that.
more. Yeah, no, I mean the game is more an exercise in like developing a good strategy than it is in terms of sheer execution. Although there are little things you can do to speed it up. Strategy and planning and routing is the main bit of it. And this is actually one of those routing changes: is fast traveling to Toontown,
Yes,
right?
yeah. Because I have a good enough computer, the load times are fast enough to make it worthwhile for me to go to Goofy over here. Normally, I would go to him on Main Street before the route change, but it saves a couple seconds, so might as well warp to Toontown. And for anybody who may be planning a Disneyland trip, Toontown looks quite different currently than how it does in this game. Because this game is about, I think maybe 12 years old at this point, and they recently redid all of Toontown.
Here you go. All signed just for you.
I'm planning my Disneyland trip right now. I'm going in September. For those watching a VOD, it's currently July, so it's like 2 months away. So I'm taking, not only am I watching the speedrun enraptured with the speed, but I'm also taking notes on what I should be doing when I go to Disneyland. So this is just selfish for me, I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
The last time I was,
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the last time I was there was in early May, and yes, it does look quite different. There are still some very recognizable similarities, which I think it's great to see those things in the game and in real life. But yeah, it does change quite a lot as well.
Yeah, this game is
The other
pretty
thing
accurate.
that's worth noting.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it is pretty accurate from what I understand, but I know, like, having perused the Wikipedia before and having just walked through it, that one of the big changes that there's nothing like corporately sponsored here, like Dole Whip, which you would normally see signs for, isn't around. Some of the other licensed property, like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, those don't show up in the game because of the weird licensing shenanigans. So there are those little differences, but the layout itself, right, is, from what I understand, pretty accurate.
Yes. I do wish I could have a Dole Whip now that you mention it. That would be the perfect summer treat right now.
I'm a Dole Whip hater. I hate to
How
say it.
dare.
I'm glad you like it. I know. It disqualifies me from being a true Disney fan, but it's just a little bit strong, don't you
Well,
think?
have you actually ever had one at Disneyland?
My name is Cinderella.
I had one in
In
Hawaii.
Hawaii, okay.
Hello there.
That feels
My
not
friends
like
are
Disneyland at all, but still authentic in
Yeah,
a way.
I'd say maybe.
I have a surprise for you. It's
Alright, well, besides a Dole
wand
Whip, what
from
would
my
your
fairy
favorite
godmother.
Disney treat be?
She hopes it will help you do many wonderful
Oh,
things.
That's a great question. Cosmender, does anything immediately come to mind for you?
Use it
Oh
wisely.
yes, Monte Cristos
It's
at the Blue
almost
Bayou,
time to go to the
if
ball.
those count.
And of
If not, then
course,
beignets.
Oh, I'm a fan of the beignets.
If you can find me some fabric
I recommend that for your trip, Black Belt.
I'd be
Beignets in New Orleans,
Please do it.
perfection.
With the help of
Mhm.
my friends, the
I've heard good things about the beignets. Noted. Written down on
This
the
year
agenda.
they've also released a set of ears that is scented like beignets. So
Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting.
they're pretty great.
From a gameplay perspective, I noticed that you've acquired a magic
I have
wand.
indeed.
Echo.
This is probably the most useful item in the game, besides the actual autograph books. But we will be doing this thing called the wand spamming throughout the entire run here, because oh, come on, get this thread, there we go. Every item that we activate with our wand gives us experience, which at the top of the screen you can see our level right now. And in order to get to the final autograph in the game, we have to reach level 6. So we're going to be wand spamming quite a bit to try to increase our level.
And if you happen to find more thread, please do bring it
Yeah,
to
we're
me.
really going to
I'm
skim
sure
into level 6. Level 6 is necessary to get all the autographs, but we're really going to skim in there. So even though you get very marginal points of experience from the wand, just that little bit, it really does make a difference between getting stuck right at the end of level 5 and getting to level 6, which is the difference between saving a few minutes in some cases.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a little spooky. It's going to be a little tight, but I know I have full confidence in Echo that she's going to make it
It is
happen.
always tight getting that level 6. I do have a backup plan just in case. It's about a minute longer to do a certain quest that would definitely bring us to level 6. But hopefully we won't have to do that. We're going to try to wand spam as much as possible, gather all the little XP we can.
Here you go. Thanks again.
And it's worth noting that there are other items in this game that you can carry around. There's a blaster, there's the camera, which I think we already have technically, but we never use in the route. Or actually, we do use it for a quest, don't we? Later on?
You do use it for the genie quest, but that is
Take a look at our
it.
costumes. I've got plenty to choose
Yeah.
from.
So those other items are
Pleasure to meet someone
they're
who
useful for
knows
getting
just what they
experience. I
want.
don't know if we end up using them in the route anymore, but
Wonderful sense of style.
they have their own use from a all autograph speedrunning perspective. And I see you're grabbing some autograph books
Yes, so this was another new change. Instead of grabbing all of the autograph books like we used to go into a ride to get some money so we could afford them all. But instead, we're just going to pick some select ones and buy the rest of them a bit later.
Yeah, the theory there is that when I first started around the game, I was pretty lazy, and I just thought, darn, I want to get all these autograph books in my hand right now so I don't have to worry about it ever again. Uh, and in my head, I figured that someone would be smart enough to figure out how to stagger the autograph books so we could skip doing the ride and we could get coins in an alternative way. And what do you know? Dripping and Echo and the gang have figured it out. So this is we're reaching peak Disneyland Adventures speed
Oh,
right
yeah.
here, live in real time.
I love how collaborative it is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think you'll find. I think speedrunning in general, people think of it as sort of an individualistic sport where people go into their little caves and pump out runs. But I think the best speedruns have always been the effort of a whole community. In our case, a small one, but it's really magical. No pun intended. When it all comes together.
No, it is. It actually is. It's like we're all rooting for each other, and like, yes, there may be records and whatnot set, but we're excited when somebody else makes that record.
Would you mind finding
Yeah, like I'm excited when someone goes and does a 24 hours 100% speedrun, and I don't have to do that myself.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk about that?
I'm excited and grateful.
It is pretty fun, though, I have to say.
Yeah, shout out to Cosmender's 100% speedrun. If anyone has a free 24 hours just
Literal
sitting around,
24 hours.
you can go spend that watching, or just throw it out in the background is more likely. But it's a good time.
Just under 21 hours, so you have 3 hours to sleep in there.
Okay.
Oh, awesome! Actually, never mind. It's easy. One
yeah,
sitting now.
super easy.
There you go. I'm excited. I think with all these new strats, it's only a matter of time before that time gets beaten, and I'm very excited to see it. I think it can be done in less than 18 hours. That's my theory. If anybody can figure it out, it's you guys and Dripping. So
I would believe 18 hours is possible.
yeah, I think it is. I faff around a lot when I'm doing it. I have this thing where I can't help but collect all the coins, even though I know I don't need them.
Oh, I feel that, yeah.
Waste so much time.
Even in this run, I'll sometimes subliminally collect the coins when I don't need to, just because they're lying on the floor
Yes.
waiting to be collected.
So shiny. Oh my gosh. I love the little
They're
sound they
bouncing.
make.
Yeah, I can't resist, and it's such a waste of time. So one day I'll go back in, I'll just be laser focused on just getting stuff done. And if it's a small world and Rue are on my side, I genuinely think we could get it down to 18 hours or less.
Have you met the rest of the Roundup gang yet?
I believe in you.
Inspector Pete is probably on the hill somewhere, and my guess
So logistically in this speedrun, what we've done so far is we've collected a few autographs, mostly from the main Disney cast in Toontown. Now you can see that we're expanding a little bit out to the other lands. Here is Woody from the hit movie Toy Story, if you heard of it, getting his autograph now. And there are other characters in Adventureland who we can get the autograph of. The problem, really, and the whole reason this is a semi-interesting speedrun is that not all the characters are here right now. Some of them spawn in after a certain quest, or when you get to a certain level. So now the question is, not only how do I efficiently get to every character and snag their autograph, but also, what quests do I do? What quests are optimal? What quests can I double dip, do two at once, that will make it so it's the fastest overall way to gain experience to hit these milestones necessary to spawn in characters. So that's kind of the predicament you're in right now, if I'm remembering.
Oh, yes. This is another new strat that we warp to Fantasyland in order to get to Jessie. Even though we were just in Frontierland, it is a bit faster this way. For example, Jessie's quest is mandatory here because we need it to spawn in Stinky Pete.
And we need Stinky
Oh, we
Pete's
do,
autograph.
yes.
Not on a personal level.
Oh, shucks, that's mighty nice of
And can I just say, how would you feel if your name was Stinky Pete? Do you think he likes the name? Do you think... Did he give himself that name? That's my
That's
question.
very fair. I think
He
there's a
does.
dialogue where he
At
doesn't
some
like
point.
it.
Yeah, I think he does at some point say he doesn't care for it. So I wonder if he got stuck with a nickname a la Wasabi from Big Hero 6, and it just stuck.
Maybe it's a favor, like we just call him Pete. You know, like we respect him. Or is he really that stinky? I can't smell him. Maybe he truly is that stinky, and I'll eat my words.
Yeah,
Fragrant Peter.
I like Peter. The game does officially call him Stinky Pete in the autographs, so I feel a bit bad. we'll call him
Yeah,
Peter
that's
for
messed
now.
up.
He
Okay.
has to sign his
All right.
name. Stinky.
I want to be respectful of, these strong prospector men in there, just because they smell a little bad doesn't make them less than us.
I'll check that actually.
You try spending all day. Sorry,
Oh,
go
I'll
ahead.
check that at the end of the run. You can see all the characters' autographs at the end. And I wonder if he actually does sign it as Stinky Pete.
I think he does. I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
does.
that'll let us know for sure.
I'd like to give a shout out to Izzy in chat who mentioned Jim Hanks and all exclamation points. And for those who aren't in the know, Jim Hanks is Tom Hanks' brother. Tom Hanks played Woody in the actual Toy Story film. And Jim Hanks, his sound-alike brother, is playing him in this game. And in fact, I think he does that a lot. Jim Hanks is just sort of like goes around doing voice acting gigs where he sounds like Tom Hanks. If you look up his voice actor portfolio or what have you.
We will get to see more Jim Hanks in just a second here, because I'm going to warp back to Woody now that we completed the quest. Whoops.
Also worth noting that Echo pioneered another category called Warpless, where all these warps don't happen, which is slower,
Yes.
no doubt. But in some ways, a different flavor of interesting, I'll say.
That is a category I've not touched in quite a while, but it does exist somewhere. There's a run of it, of me doing this whole thing without warping. It's about like 10 minutes slower.
In case it wasn't obvious, the warping only brings you to you can only warp to one of 7 places. Basically, you pick a land and it puts you at the quote-unquote front of that land. So sometimes it makes sense to warp somewhere, and then other times it's just something is in the middle of a land, there's no convenient warp point. That's what you're seeing Echo do right now, just taking a little stroll to where she needs to go, which is Stinky Pete, I think,
going
right?
Straight to...
I mean, Peter, darn.
Straight to Mr. Peter here.
Mr. Peter, he would appreciate that, I think.
Let's see how he's doing.
It can be helpful sometimes in some runs to fast travel to a land that you don't mean to go to simply because it's closer. Like if you need to go to, it's a small world, you might travel to Toontown and then just turn around.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely visit Toontown quite a lot to hit the upper Fantasyland characters, because it's a bit faster than going to the Fantasyland themselves.
Especially like Belle and Ariel, like it takes so much longer to get to them from the front of Fantasyland.
All right, now that we got Stinky Pete's autograph, we're heading into Fantasyland here. We're going to talk to Aurora and start her quest. This is quite a long quest. It is one of the quests that is not necessary, but it does give us quite a lot of experience. So in order to hit that level 6 minimum, we do need to do her quest here.
It's my Aunt Merriweather's birthday soon.
And I'll say it's relatively fast, right? Not only it's it's an experience to speed ratio.
Yes.
In many of the quests in this game, they force you onto a ride. And boy, oh boy, those are the bane of our existence, because rides in this game, unless I'm misremembering, I think all of them are pretty much just auto-scrollers that take a few minutes each.
Quite a lot,
And
yes.
So we're trying to avoid those. Yeah.
We do unfortunately have a mission later on where we have to go into a ride. That will come up in a bit.
Fortunately, it's a fun ride. Am I right?
It is fun if you were to do it in real life.
Okay.
It is a bit long for a speedrun, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Oh, you're really hitting all these statues.
Yes,
huh?
I
haven't
did
seen
see
before.
this as well in the new route change, and I think it is quite necessary because those statues specifically do a lot of experience, more than just the standard trash cans and parasols that I'm hitting.
Yeah, you're just
What?
happening to hit with your wild pray and spray mentality with this wand. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Can we also talk about how we're just a random kid wandering around Disneyland with no parents and no supervision?
Also, a bunch of very heavy responsibilities and everybody asking us to do work for them.
Yeah, we're kind of just doing all these things for Mickey, all of his errands.
It's kind
And
of
the
child labor,
princesses.
but it's magical. child
Magical,
labor?
yes.
I mean,
I like that.
Like, if Buzz Lightyear asked me to do something, I will do it. So, to be fair.
And if we weren't already just a kid with no supervision, now we have a blaster that Buzz is going to give us here. We're not actually gonna use it, but we could use it, which is the scary part.
No, it's okay. We're
We
space
are
rangers.
space rangers,
It's fine.
yes.
He's literally giving you training right
That
now.
is true. And what is the training, you might ask? Well, we're gonna just match some poses with him and do some workouts here.
You know, this is one of those things that I've never played the Kinect version, but I can only assume that this was more engaging on the Kinect.
Oh yeah,
Because
you had to actually do the poses in real life. On this modified Xbox version with the controller, you don't have to do any of the poses. It automatically does it for you.
yeah, it is just a sort of a 30-second cutscene where we stand around awkwardly and watch people pose, but boy oh boy, this is video games.
Here we go.
guys.
Everyone pose. I hope everyone at home is flexing with Buzz right here. There we go.
I can't prove it, but I am doing it.
Nicely done.
I can't prove it, but I'm not doing it.
That's it. Just don't forget to breathe.
I think that for me, the most disturbing part about the kids in this game is that they are all the same height, age, general like size. I think if I was a kid in this game, I would find that a little bit disturbing.
Oh yeah, and they repeat quite a lot, so you'll see duplicate kids wandering around in the background.
And the really fun thing about them is that they're very movable. I'm fairly sure that if you walk into a person, they just sort of gloop around you. They mold around you, and they never actually get in your way, which from a design perspective was an easy way out and probably the right case, but you can just see they're in the middle of Echo's perfect line here, and she just separated that family like it was nothing.
Push into them. Okay, does anybody else see like when you're taking a photo of a certain area and then the people who are standing in front of them just disappear? Does anybody else feel like you're like accidentally Thanos snapping them out of existence?
Yeah, I have the magic eraser on my phone, so I can magic erase people. I have a picture where I have magic erase people in Disney World, so yeah, I feel that.
And a lot of these people just wander around aimlessly. They never go anywhere. They kind of just walk into things quite a lot. If you actually look at the background people, they really don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to yuck their yums. They paid for a ticket. They can do what they want, but it just seems like they could use they clearly have not read the blogs. They haven't read the 30-page guide on how the new FastPass system in Disney World works, you know?
Have you ever listened to some of their conversations? Sorry, go ahead first.
No. What were you saying?
Some of the NPC conversations as you're passing by them, because there's some dialogue that comes from like the dads and the moms and whatnot as they go by you. There is one in particular that's a very long dialogue. Have you guys heard that one?
I've heard quite a few funny ones. Which one are you referring to specifically?
The one where there's a son talking to his dad about like one of their aunts or uncles is currently fighting with the other one, something like that.
Oh wow!
There was like a family event.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Yeah, there's like this family drama that's going on, and the kid just wanted to ask if like they were still arguing or something like that. I stood by and listened to them for like a whole minute because I was like, "What is this conversation?"
We're just a child eavesdropping on some family's drama. It's okay.
I love that they brought realism into this game, you know? Like, actual family tea.
Thank you, Snow White. We're gonna do a quick autograph tour here for all the Fantasyland characters. This is...
I was about to say, this is the big one.
Oh
right
yeah,
now,
this is where we
autograph-wise.
get most of them here. Now that we have all the books, we can actually...
Not to backseat autograph here, but do we need to get the princess's autographs now, or because we can grab them later when we do the picture quest, right? Or has that been routed out? now?
Oh, so
I guess there's a lot of different times where you can get the princess pick autographs.
Yeah, so I don't hit Belle and Ariel, but I do hit Aurora now because we turn in that quest.
Yes, that makes sense.
I don't do Cinderella now because we're gonna talk to her later.
Yes, young lady.
Gotcha.
You have the honor of
The princesses will be back. The princesses will return. Also interesting that there are villains here. In the canon of the game, like, they're still villains. Like, I know someone in the chat was saying that Stinky Pete, you know, he did some pretty messed up stuff. But it seems that he's been forgiven. And, which, I guess, Stinky Pete in particular is a bad example because he reforms in the actual like lore of the game, right? But does he reform or is he gone after Toy Story 2? Pause. I forget the ending
as
of Toy
well,
Story 2.
yeah.
I-
Any Toy Story fans can let us know in chat.
Well, anyway, Captain Hook is a bad guy. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts, but he's like chill here, I guess. So that's fun. That's an actual pirate who hunts children. Anyway.
He's just chilling in his corner. He's fine.
He's fine. Like, that's like a war criminal, but I guess it's chill.
No, like Aurora's keeping an eye on him. She's got this.
I guess Peter Pan is right there. You can stab him in his tush a little bit with that little dagger if anything goes wrong.
I like to think that they've put him in a corner next to like a really smelly trash can, you know.
Yeah, Pete has touched that trash can and now look at it.
There you go.
It's worth noting that anytime you talk to a character, obviously you can get their autograph. But you can also high five, hug, and one other thing that I'm
You can dance with them.
Dance
yeah.
There you are.
We will not
So
be
in
doing
fact,
that.
you could do a all dances speed run and it would be effectively the same route, other than you wouldn't have to buy the autograph books. But
Hello, young lady.
doesn't this feel like you're completing something more when you actually get the autographs? You know what I mean? Doesn't it just feel
It's
better?
easy to check it off the list because it lets you know that you did get the autographs at the end.
My favorite ribbon. This one that
Yes,
I
it's
wore
trackable in the menu.
really would rather have the other
I agree.
back.
That makes it big for me.
I don't suppose you
But we could do an all dances, all high fives, all hugs speedrun if we wanted.
Thank you. I wonder if
That's
the
true.
upside
That's
down
true. If
is
anyone
better.
wants to get on that, it wouldn't be very interesting, but you could do it.
We did also
You
complete.
could do all photos.
Oh yeah, all photos would be
all
good.
photos.
We did complete another
Someone
speedrun
just ran
too.
dripping.
We completed Peter Pan speedrun a bit earlier.
How very odd.
Oh, did that happen? Did I miss Peter Pan percent?
We did get Peter Pan shortly after Hook.
It's not
Oh, I
every
suppose
day
you did. It was a pretty
fast food.
slow Peter Pan percent run, but I suppose you did just do it, didn't you?
Yeah, quite a bit different than the 45-second record, but we did just complete a Peter Pan percent run as well.
The lore here. I tell the story literally every marathon run. I'm like that uncle who tells the same story at every family gathering. You'll have to forgive me. But the lore here is that when my friend and I started speedrunning Disneyland Adventures, we didn't know if the game had an ending. It in fact doesn't really have an ending, so it's not the most intuitively speedrunnable. But we thought, well, for sure, one thing we know about the game is that Peter Pan's in it. So let's make a speedrun category where we talk to Peter Pan. And we came up with this idea, not having played the game before and not knowing that Peter Pan is, in fact, 15 seconds away from where the game starts. So it's a competitive speedrun that is literally timed to the frame. Every time someone submits a Peter Pan speedrun, I have to time it to the frame to see if they got a world record. But it's a burden I bear with great glee, knowing that Peter Pan percent prospers in the miscellaneous section of speedrun.com.
I had wondered why Peter Pan, but I didn't know how to ask or who to ask.
Yeah, the answer is
So like
the answer is 20-year-old guys doing nonsense, which is why a lot of things in the world exist, unfortunately. But this is a good thing that came from that.
yeah, this is a fortunate moment.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
All autographs also spawned from that need to make the game speedrunnable in some way, because we thought it would be funny to do Disneyland Adventures speedruns. And then a whole community popped up around it, which was pretty sick. So that was
Oh
lucky.
yeah, I mean, I'm quite glad I found the speedrun.com page for this game, because this is where I met Steve, and then Steve and I founded this marathon. So without this game, this marathon
Whoa.
wouldn't exist.
But now we need more.
Marathon lore.
Oh,
We have
that's
lots of
awesome.
power.
and congratulations, guys. This is a pretty cool marathon.
Thank you, yeah.
It's been a great marathon.
It's our second annual year and doing pretty good so far. So thank you everyone who's volunteered, ran, donated, even just being in chat. We love all of you. So thank you so much.
I'll give a quick shout out to Steve. Him and I were just in Minneapolis together at Summer Games Done Quick 2024. He did commentary from my speedrun of Mirror's Edge, and he was a great guy, and we got lost in the Mall of America a little bit, but it was fine. We figured out we were going eventually.
Oh, that's awesome.
So just a second, guys. Do you have time for a donation?
Absolutely.
All right, we got a $10 donation from the real GR Bo. You're just a toy, Buzz! And the incentive was for Woody in Toy Story 3. Thank you very much. If you'd like to donate, just put exclamation mark donate in the chat. We all love you very much. And thank you very much for the donation.
Thank you for donating. So it seems like a couple of the NPCs you actually cannot move. But most of them you can.
I forget why some NPCs are like glued to the floor. I mean, good on them for not letting the little girl push them around, you know, while they're trying to enjoy Disneyland.
Fair point.
Like, I get it. I just don't like it.
I did realize I missed a baking utensil, so I'm gonna go back really quick here to grab it on Main Street.
Oh no. Yeah,
A
that's
couple
fine.
seconds.
When you're playing this game casually, and or if you're a child, you might know that there are like quest markers. There's this I forget what they call it, like the magic line, basically. There's like a thing that will essentially lead you to your next objective. It's literally like a glowing orange trail on the ground, golden trail on the ground. One of the biggest time saves I think the community came up with is remembering where quests are, so that you don't have to switch. The first few speedruns of this game were bogged down by time losses of me not knowing where to go and having to change the quest so that the little golden line would tell me where to go. But we've since evolved past that. Thank the Lord.
Yes, I luckily know where things are when I don't forget them, despite that baking
That's
thing.
huge. Really big. Really big time save, guys. If knowing the game, huge.
We're now heading over to Critter Country here. We're gonna do some adventures in Winnie the Pooh land here.
Yeah, I was gonna say a new land 2 disc. Exciting.
That ain't no magic. That's not a glowworms or something. Fun! The many adventures of Winnie the Pooh!
There's some Winnie the Pooh tech, isn't there? Like when you talk to Winnie the Pooh or whatever. I'm just sort of I haven't confirmed that there is. I just heard Dripping mention it one time.
There is a strategy we will do with the honey pots and warping. For this actual conversation with Winnie the Pooh, there isn't much we can do to speed it up. We do some stoutness exercises with Pooh Bear, some stretching. If anybody's been sitting in their chair a bit, you can join Pooh in some stretching here. There we go. Thank you, Pooh Bear.
Is that what I'm doing? You must be right.
All right, this next one. This one's gonna drive you guys crazy.
I think you.
Oh, that was hard.
I think I may have upset Automod with the word fart.
Stoutness is a fun word. When you say smackerel, stoutness,
Thanks,
he's
Bud.
just he's a cute little guy.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
he?
he's adorable.
Just remembered, my cupboard is empty and so are all.
My dog has a Winnie the Pooh collar that she wears sometimes. I don't know if she has it on today, but that's you know, that's I recognize his cuteness, and that's why I put it on my dog.
There we go. Now that we talked to Pooh Bear, we're gonna go over and talk to Piglet. If his dialogue triggers, there we go.
I'm very pleased to meet you. Pooh Bear thought I had some honey for him.
There is the chance to softlock with some of the characters' dialogues not coming up, and then you just stare at each other for a few minutes.
Forgets where he's hidden his emergency.
I'm hoping that doesn't happen during this
Yeah.
run, but good luck so far.
It definitely won't.
I'd be happy to.
Who's the most awkward character to stand there with in silence for a few seconds out of all of them?
That's a good question. Maybe Aladdin? He's awkwardly shiny, which you'll see later on.
Hello again. You know, I've just remembered
I wouldn't want to stand in front of again. I hate to come back to this. Captain Hook is in fact a pirate who has presumably killed people. So I don't know that I'd love to stand like just with him for a while.
That's fair, yeah.
Actually, a lot of the animals from what's it called, Song of the South? Is that what the movie's called? I don't know their vibe. Briar Fox seems like he has a bad vibe though.
Yeah, we'll do a mission with him a
Those,
bit later.
those would be mine.
There we we go. We're also while we're at Critter Country, I should also mention this has completely changed now. We do have the new ride that is replacing Splash Mountain that we see in the back here, which is Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I don't think it's out yet in Disneyland, but in Disney World it is. And I'm super excited to try it once it does come to Disneyland.
Yeah,
It is
I think
indeed
that's
not in Disneyland yet.
yeah, that's a ride that's I think needed an update for a while. I mean, needed is a strong word. It's a classic, but as a reskin, I'm not mad about. I'll say that.
Can I go on a small tangent about this? Because I actually find it super
For sure,
fascinating.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there's a channel on YouTube that some people may have heard of called Screen Junkies. They do the honest trailers that sometimes were very popular a few years back. They also do this thing called movie fights, where they sort of like pick a topic and they have guests come in and sort of argue on those topics. One time they had a fight where the theme was pick a movie that deserves a theme park ride in one of the parks, and specifically a Disney movie. And one of the people literally suggested removing Splash Mountain and making it a Princess and the Frog ride. This was like 7 years ago, before the plans were made to do that. And one of the funniest things about this, I'll share the link in the speedrunning community so I can like prove that this happened. One of the funniest things about this is that people made fun of the suggestion. They said it wouldn't work.
They called it, wow.
Yeah, this person legitimately called it. It was amazing. It's amazing to go back and watch it and watch how wrong everyone is.
That is really fun. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Also, hi, Tigger. All of that we just did was to spawn in
Yes,
Tigger, right?
so that entire Pooh Bear mission is required to spawn Tigger. So we had to do that just to get this one autograph here.
Autographies is what Tiggers do the bestest.
One of the biggest potential time saves we have is when we say necessary to spawn in. My understanding is that Echo, you and Steve and other folks have been doing bingo runs where you go around doing miscellaneous goals, and you've gotten characters to spawn in less conventional ways.
Yes,
Is that right?
So Steve and I did do a bingo run of this on last year's Fastest Place on Earth Marathon, and we did find out that a couple of the characters spawn in when you hit a certain level. So Jasmine, who would normally be in the background right here, is not there quite yet because we got to do a quest later on. But I think if you get to level 7 or 8, she spawns in without doing the quest. So there's room for a bit of testing to try to manipulate her spawn and potentially skip out on a few of the required quests right now.
I'd be a little bit sad if the run devolved into doing rides for 30 minutes just to get to the highest level, and then everyone's in, and then you just run around and grab their autographs.
I agree. That would not be the best.
But if it's optimal, it's optimal, you know?
All right, now we got Genie to spawn in. Genie's a character here.
He's got legs. This is canonically post Aladdin, the movie.
I never noticed that. Yeah, he does have legs.
But he's still got the cuffs on.
Oh, I mean, maybe he just likes them.
Yeah, it's a fashion choice. I accept that.
They just look good. Yeah, exactly. Same with the shoe. I mean, he's got a fit going. Look at those shoes.
Yeah.
There we go. We did have to do that little dance there as part of his quest.
Clap, 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 clap.
Okay, I'm hoping I'm at level 4. There we go. Perfect timing on that. You can see how close.
That was
we're
tight.
talking to Baloo now, because Baloo's quest spawns at level 4. And this is the part where we have to go into Jungle Cruise, because Baloo is hungry and we need some pawpaws.
Let's go!
So I love the enthusiasm for Jungle Cruise here.
Echo, how many times have you done this Jungle Cruise ride?
Oh, too many. I'd say maybe 30, best guess.
Yeah.
You have to see the 8th wonder of the world.
I hear on the 31st though, like it's when.
Oh yeah, we'll see. So Jungle Cruise is this ride here, where you're shooting this water cannon, hitting different switches.
Sick.
And the problem is that it's an auto-scroller, so we can't actually speed this boat up anyway. We're kind of just stuck here until the end of the ride. A couple things that we can do. We can't speed up time, but we can lose time, so we're gonna try to avoid those.
Yeah, it's the fun auto-scroller conundrum of there's no way to save time, but I can't just walk away from the game either, which is maybe the worst combination. But
yes.
Ooh, but you can jump and grab stuff. You can do your other stuff, like for example, grab those thingies.
Yes.
Above
So
you,
there's those
pawpaws.
pawpaws we need to grab for Blue. They're fairly easy to get, unless there actually was this weird bug that I believe Black Belt you ran into where you couldn't collect them.
Oh my goodness. I was doing
Yes.
speedruns of this game for like, you know, a few weeks. And then I did some hardware upgrades and started doing speedruns again. And for some reason, I could not grab the pawpaws for the life of me. Like, this is a game, and no offense, Echo, for
Oh
children.
yeah, I agree.
And it's just like, you hit the jump button and you grab the pawpaws, and it was infuriating. And not grabbing a pawpaw, like, it's a 9-minute time loss. It's unforgivable. There is no coming back from it. And it turns out, long story short, after testing literally everything, that my monitor's high refresh rate was making it so that the pawpaw was like ungrabbable. So I had to lock my monitor to 60 hertz. And lo and behold, the pawpaws were grabbable again. So that's an instance of high refresh rate monitor not being king. And now in Cosminder, you had like a little bit of a sigh. Did that happen to you too?
Yeah, there were a couple of runs I did where I was hopping straight through some of these collectible items, particularly in this ride. And I wasn't sure why. I guess I just tried again and it worked. But it's interesting to hear the fix that you came up with.
Yeah, I think it's tied to refresh rate. Or like, I don't know, the refresh rate must affect something with the frame rate, which then in turn affects the physics. I've never seen a computer in my life. I have no idea how these things work, but that's my theory.
I think the same thing also happened to me the first time I ran this game. So it seems to be a common problem, but we did
Yeah.
find a fix luckily, and we're not just stuck.
And I think your fix is right, Black Belt. I don't think that was just random, because I had some issues, and I'm also not the techiest person, but my boyfriend is. So sometimes he'll take a look at things and find the problem, and I don't always understand the solution, even if he explains it to me. So that might have been exactly what the fix was.
Well, see, now everyone knows, okay, if you're playing Disneyland Adventures and you're doing speedruns, lock your frame rate, and you'll be good to go. That should be the first thing we do anytime anyone joins the Discord, is tell them to lock their frame rate.
Yeah.
All right, we're
How's it
like
going, Echo?
halfway through Jungle Cruise now, I'd say, maybe a little more. Getting through these hippos. If you don't water the hippos, they will attack you. So that is where we can potentially lose time, although it's super easy to get the hippos in. Same thing with these elephants here. If you don't hit these elephants in time, we're just showering them with some water. They will splash you and cause a couple seconds of time loss.
And that's no bull.
And we do like to try to get 5 stars during this ride, which we already hit. You get the 5 stars just by collecting enough coins, because that actually does give some experience as well. Same with the Mickey secrets.
Yeah, the experience is nice to have. In fact, at this point in the routing, might be necessary to have. The coins, though, are just gravy, if I remember right. We don't need coins for anything at this point.
Oh yeah, we're way good on money. We're gonna end the run with like 200,000 gold coins, super rich.
Who weighs 5,000 pounds and wears glass slippers. Give up? It's Cinderelephant.
Yeah, the weird thing is that I see some people chatting in chat about the refresh rate thing. It's interesting because I understand that frame rate and refresh rate are not the same, and that theoretically, like, locking your refresh rate should solve the problem. I just think the game doesn't have a way to lock your frame rate, so the refresh rate must be affecting the frame rate of the physics in some way. Yeah, anyway, super weird. Do not understand the technical part of it, but it does seem like all the speedrunners, this is not just Cap, all the speedrunners agree that you gotta lock your frame rate, your refresh rate. So I don't know. It's probably some symptom of the game being ported. Is this shortcut faster? I've never timed it. I just assumed it was.
I believe it is.
I also think it's
one of those
important
things where
to
you
go
only
down
do
the
it because.
spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's one of the things that you only do it because I do it, and then I only do it because everyone else does it, and like we've
This
never
one I
timed
don't
it.
do, because it's faster this way.
Okay. I don't think do the piranhas actually slow us down?
They don't,
I've never
no.
tested that either.
Yeah.
Okay, they make you stop shooting, but I mean, I don't want to get bit by a piranha, so I would also spray them, but it's good to know there's no consequences.
I love how they just fly out of the water.
You're already a better archaeologist than me.
And we did it, folks.
That was such a satisfying
We
run.
did Jungle Cruise. Now we can continue with the rest of it.
No, we're done with Jungle
We're done with the
Cruise?
auto scroller. Let's go.
Okay, I can leave now then, I guess.
Your accuracy hitting those pots was so nice to watch because usually I just ignore them. But oh, that was very satisfying.
If someone, I've been criticized by my fiance for just throwing out our money at bounties, but if someone will find a way to skip Jungle Cruise and still get all the autographs and save time and all that, like, I don't know, like $25, maybe $50 if I'm feeling generous. Like, I'll throw money at this problem to make it go away. I think that would be great.
Here we go. I did unfortunately have a few seconds delay on that swap to the wand. Whenever you go into a ride, it unequips your item, so you have to re-equip it. Because I play on controller, I have to stop moving while I do it. If you do play on keyboard, you can keep moving while you do it. So, I guess keyboard could save maybe a few seconds, but overall I'm more comfortable with controller.
Dance with me, kid. Come on.
Yeah, menuing in this game is more finicky than it looks because it's ported from Kinect, and I don't know that they nailed it, but it's good enough.
There we go, we did our dance with Baloo, and now, after that huge quest with Baloo trying to get the Papas, all that to get one autograph, and that is Mowgli. Oh, we're gonna say hi to Mowgli over here.
Yet another instance where we go through a long quest just for the sake of getting one dude to get his autograph.
Haven't met too many girls before. I'm Mowgli.
Am I correct in thinking the only one who's still missing is Brer Rabbit?
There is a few. We skipped some of the princesses earlier because we're gonna get them later on with Genie's quest.
In terms
I
of
just meant
spawning in, though.
who spawned
for
in.
spawning, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jasmine as well.
Oh, right.
Now we're gonna head over to Tiana here. Now we are gonna do a quest for her. It is not required, but we're gonna do it for the level ups. Because the experience and the collectibles are kind of on the way to the route we would take anyway, so it's not too much of an extra time.
Coming right up. I'm so honored. Thank you.
I do always find it funny how big these collectibles are. These giant vegetables here that we have to collect. Every other collectible is like normal sized, alright, and then just giant vegetables for no reason.
I never noticed that. That is funny. I mean, I noticed the vegetables, of course, because they're the size of a building, but I didn't realize that they were the only thing that was, like, unreasonably large.
Oh, yeah.
You must try it yourself, and very soon.
Another instance of us getting an item from a character. Another item, in fact, that we will not use, if I'm remembering
Nope,
right.
we'll not use the baton, but it's a nice experience boost.
For my dear friend.
And we have to talk to him anyway to get his autograph, so it's a double
Yep.
win.
We're gonna take a quick detour back here to grab this thread. I have been slowly collecting all of the threads throughout the run, because that is a quest that gives us quite a bit of experience from Cinderella when we talk to her later. We're gonna grab these last two vegetables, and then we have Black Belt's favorite character of all. And if you're wondering who that is, you probably have not heard of him unless you played this game before. It is the one, the only, Black Barty.
'Tis a
Love
pleasure
Black
to meet
Barty.
you.
So Black
The
Barty,
superior version.
They call me. But
yeah,
I'll not be any trouble.
Black Barty is exclusive to Disneyland Adventures. He is not in anything else. He has not been in anything else since this game came out. What he is, and I hate to admit it, is he is Johnny Depp that we couldn't pay for. He is basically, I have a feeling that at one point they wanted to put a Pirates rep in, and then they realized from a licensing perspective they couldn't get the likeness of all the famous people who were in the Pirates movies, and so Black Barty was born. And I don't know much about him because I haven't played the game casually, but he seems like, as pirates go, a nice chap.
My hot take is that I like him better than Jack Sparrow, frankly.
Ooh.
I mean, certainly, I'm a Black Barty stan. It's also just a great bit of Disney trivia when people say, what's your favorite Disney character? And you say Black Barty, and you get to nerd out about this one Connect game that came out years ago.
So I'm hoping after I talk
very
to this and finish this quest, I'm level 5. Hopefully, we will see. Oh, just barely. Okay. We're gonna do a couple of these parasols here to grab some experience.
This is where Echo's expertise and the expertise of a lot of the top runners really sets them apart. Because I would panic here a little bit. I have not played the game as extensively as some of the other folks have, or at least in a diverse enough manner. You can see literally how close it is in this menu particularly.
I'm actually gonna
we are
head
darn
over
close
here because I know there's a cannon that gives quite a lot of experience.
Cannon
If I can
straps.
hit the cannon. There we go.
I think on mouse and keyboard, there you go. I think on mouse and keyboard you can select your targets a little bit better, but that might be a myth.
Potentially. I haven't done a full run on keyboard.
I think you might be able to click where you want, but I'm also not sure that you can. I guess it just gives you better camera control, which might in turn give you better wand spamming.
That's a little bit of a bug. It actually doesn't affect us at all, and there's no way to make it save time. But there's a few items in Adventureland that for some reason just make the camera go all over the place.
Let me see what all the other princesses are wearing. Here, fill this book with pictures. Be my fashion spy.
Yeah, the lore here is that Genie wants to make Jasmine a outfit, and he wants pictures of all the other princesses so that he can make a suitable princess outfit. And that is why we are going to go now and do this picture quest, both to spawn in Jasmine, and because it gets us experience.
Yes. So now we're gonna take pictures of all the princesses. We can't have our wand and our camera out at the same time, so we're gonna be rolling with the camera for a little bit.
Oh, her eyes were
Oh, I
closed. That's
know.
okay. Not your fault.
Let's see if we can get some better pictures of the other princesses. Which is a bit weird, because we're not actually asking them if we can take a picture of them.
It is a little bit weird, but I guess, like, in canon, it is their job to stand around and get pictures taken
That
of
is
them and with
true at
them.
the real Disneyland, yes.
Yeah, so out of canon, I suppose. In canon, I'm not sure that it's chill, but out of canon, it's fine.
Hello, Snow White. Another one with your eyes closed. All right.
Oh, no!
Thank
Can
you.
we do an all eyes closed run?
Let's see if Aurora has better luck. All right, Aurora. Oh, you're waving at us. Okay. Don't close your eyes. There we go.
I mean, it's a candid, I guess.
We are gonna go talk to Aurora here. I believe I already got her autograph, so we're not gonna do hers. Oh yes, I did earlier.
Mm-hmm.
All of the baking supplies we gathered earlier turned into this tiny cake, and then we're just gonna use the magic wand anyway, so... maybe we could have done that from the beginning? And just done the magic wand instead of gathering the baking ingredients? But that quest gives us quite a bit of experience. I missed that by accident. So now we have to wait for her dialogue for the next quest. A couple seconds lost here.
Yeah, this is not a standard exit dialogue. This is a special exit dialogue where she also is giving you a quest during the exit dialogue, so it's, you know, it's time lost, but at the end of the day, it's okay.
Yeah, there we go. On to Cinderella now. So we are gonna get Cinderella's autograph because we didn't get her earlier.
Guess what Stinky Pete's got for you? A fishing rod.
This is a crucial moment of the run where I often forget to get autographs because I leave them until now, and then I forget to get them here.
I am hoping I did everything, all the autographs that I need to. All of these numbers should start to tick up now, getting towards the end of the completed side.
Just a fun bit of suspense for when the run ends.
Alright, her picture should be here. There we go.
Yeah, you do have to stand in a semi... Like, you can't just take pictures of her from any angle. You have to be somewhat near a little blue objective marker on the ground. So it's a little bit awkward, but Echo, again, saving lots of time over me by knowing where you're supposed to stand without the game explicitly telling you.
I am going to take a slight detour into Toontown here, because I think I missed one of the threads for Cinderella earlier. Yep, there it is. Hopefully this is 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10, okay. So now I gotta think back where I missed one of the threads.
This is where I'm useless. I've never done this quest.
You got the hat shop in Main Street. I saw that one. I'm pretty sure you got all of them in Fantasyland. Maybe the one next to
Frontierland is maybe. I might have missed that one. Because I know I got Tomorrowland.
Oh yeah, by the Westward Traders.
Yeah. I'm thinking that might be it. I'll go check that after I get Ariel and Belle here.
Yep, that one is not. I didn't notice you get that one, so that might be it.
Hopefully that's it, because the thread quest does give us quite a bit of experience, so missing one of the threads would not be that great.
Thank you for asking me.
Thank you, Ariel. Now we're heading over to Belle here, the last of the princess pictures before Jasmine spawns in. We're really not taking great pictures here, but...
Do we need her autograph?
We do need her autograph,
I've
yes.
lost track. Fantastic.
I do think it is faster getting it here, even though she does have a quest dialogue. There we go, yeah. Her quest dialogue is pretty short.
Do you think you could help find them? It's very kind of you to ask.
So we should be at, I believe 6 out of 7 princesses now. Perfect. Just have Jasmine, so we're gonna turn Genie's quest in. Did I
also appreciate Belle and Beast's quest in general.
Did I miss one of the
They don't ask you to go into a ride.
Okay, we're gonna go to Frontierland really quick while I try to remember what princess I missed. Okay, we got Tiana, we got Snow White, Aurora, Cinderella. I might have missed Ariel. Oh gosh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have teleported away.
Great day, isn't it?
Alright.
You on the thread hunt?
Yeah, it's normal. Oh gosh, did I already get the thread here too? Okay. Looks like I may have already gotten the thread here, because normally it would be right around here, I believe.
You definitely got the one in Tomorrowland by the big store. You definitely got the one in Critter Country, next to Pooh's Corner.
Okay. I do believe I did miss Ariel's picture, so I'm gonna head back there really quick. And then get Genie. Maybe I missed a Fantasyland thread. Because those ones I usually pick up while I'm walking and don't have to think too much about them.
Oh! Maybe the one by Mr. Toad. Did you
know that? That might be it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna head to Fantasyland real quick and try to get rid of this missing thread. Got Ariel's picture finally. Missed that earlier by accident. So let's head over to Fantasyland. Hopefully the thread at Mr. Toad is here. And then we can turn that into Cinderella right away.
Just passing by. Gee whiz!
No, I can get it.
Okay. Dang, alright. In that case, I will head over.
Okay. live speedrunning collaboration here. I pulled up the walkthrough. Frontierland, Pooh's Corner, in Critter Country. Locate Karen in Adventureland. Find the spool in the shop behind her.
Maybe Critter Country I
Emporium,
missed? Oh, gosh.
I think you got... There was one in Critter Country I know you definitely
okay.
got. But head over to the Emporium. Find the spool on the ground beside the entrance. Spool north of Bippity Boppity Boutique. Near where the thread was in that quest. Mr. Toad. Downtown area of Mickey's Toontown. On the far right side of the post office. Tomorrowland, Star Trader Shop. Find Duffy? Do you do the one by Duffy?
Yeah.
I thought I did, yeah. Because there's 2 on Main Street.
Definitely did.
And behind the French
What I'm
Market,
sure about.
some water fountains.
So I apologize if y'all can hear that
under
rather
the-
loud siren right now outside.
Diamond in the rough, and that's a compliment around here.
Shout out to first responders.
All right, they're off now. Oh gosh, okay. Now I'm heading over to get these dates for Aladdin and Jasmine. I know there's a thread here, and it looks like I've got the thread here.
Is that how those things are supposed to work?
I hear Genie finished the outfit. Jasmine will be really excited about it. Oh, hey, could you take the dates tour? You really ought to get credit for
All right, now we finally get to talk to Jasmine, our last princess. There she is. Kind of just appearing out of nowhere.
Materializing into the world.
Another funny camera glitch. There we go.
Perfect for the royal feast. And those dates you brought
I like how the camera person goes, oh darn, I'm in the wrong place. Ah, just move on over.
I lost my bracelets over near the river. Oh, I hope they haven't floated away. Could you try to find them for me?
All right, and that should be the last princess. We only got, I believe 3 more autographs left. If I did everything correctly. There we go. I'm gonna head over to Critter Country now. If I'm lucky, the thread will be the one that's over here, because this is where I needed to go anyway. If not, I may just do a backup strategy for a different quest. We're getting Brer Bear's autograph here. There's no longer a character since the ride swap.
Hope you wanted it to say Bruh Bear, 'cause that's what
Interesting
it said.
pick for him in this game. Definitely not a star in terms of Disney characters they could pull IP from, but he made the cut, you know?
Yeah, it is a bit unfortunate we have maybe some of these lesser known characters instead of the more welcome ones. But I do think it was that thing with the IPs, can't have any Star Wars, Marvel, Pirates, Indiana Jones characters.
Yeah, if they made Disneyland Adventures 2 and there was like Darth Vader in it, that would be
Oh,
crazy.
that'd be amazing with the new Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine it being like a Disney World and also having like Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios?
yes.
And oh, it would be so fun. Epcot.
Maybe one day.
There are other Disney games. So, Echo, correct me if I'm wrong. You're playing this through the Xbox app,
I am,
right?
yes, through Game Pass.
There are other Xbox games on Game Pass that I have not played, but I know exist. So, you know, if you ever want to get into this game, first of all, Game Pass, right? Great way to dip
Oh
your toe
yeah,
in.
I mean, if you have
And
Game
then,
Pass, this is one of the games that's been on it forever. I hope they don't ever get rid of it off of Game Pass, but I think it's pretty. There's the thread.
Yay!
I think it's pretty safe to say it'll stay on for a while. However, if you don't have Game Pass, it is on Steam, usually on sale for $5, so pretty affordable.
more often than not on sale.
Woohoo! Got the last thread.
I just want to say I'm so sorry. I thought I saw it get collected earlier. I don't.
No worries.
know
Yeah.
What happened with the
That was just a mistake on my part for missing that earlier, but I'm glad we got that. I don't think it took too much time, luckily.
Yeah, we'll just have to double back and turn the quest in, but it shouldn't be too bad thanks to the fast
Yes, so
traveling.
we will have to go turn our quest into Cinderella. I know the perfect spot of when, to turn it in when we'd have to be warping anyway. So we're gonna do that shortly here, after we do a couple more Brer Fox's quests. And these quests are required to spawn Brer Rabbit as well. And what we're doing right now for Brer Fox is we're collecting some rope to totally not capture the rabbit, but to play skip the rope with him.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to catch Brer Rabbit and definitely not going to try to eat him. So that's what we're doing in this definitely quest.
Definitely, yes.
He's a trustworthy fox.
Foxes are notoriously known for being trustworthy, chill, good.
So we're gonna grab 2 of these ropes in this back area here. This is where I would normally warp to Critter Country, but we're gonna warp to Fantasyland real quick to turn in Cinderella's quest, so we can get that level 6 barrier that we need to break through. I'm gonna switch to my wand because we're no longer gonna use the camera. Maybe grab a few more experience on the way. I already got... This sword is a pretty good one. There we go. Alright, now that we turned that in, that is gonna help us quite a lot in getting to our level. We're gonna warp back to Critter Country now. Grab this last rope here. We are about maybe 1 to 2 minutes away from the end of the run, so we're very, very close to getting there, assuming I did everything correctly. It's always this final check if you actually get to level 6. Oh, come on. There we go.
Yeah, you have to stand and wait and wave at the character to initiate dialogue, so there's like this awkward thing where you hope that the game pulls you into the dialogue, and then it doesn't, and we've all been there. We've all been there.
That's just the thing old Brer Rabbit like. Maybe you can find some for us.
For me, I think now that I've thought of it, I think the most awkward long pause is Beast.
Oh,
because he kind of just like...
I agree with you on that.
looks around and kind of looks at you, and you're just like, what are we doing here, buddy?
You look rather...
Okay, we grab these 3 carrots, heading back to Brer Fox. And at the end of this mission, we should be level 6, and we know that we are if he gives us the megaphone. So if we get the megaphone here, then we're good. Sometimes I do have to exit out and re-enter the dialogue. There we go, we got the megaphone. So we hit the level 6 cap, which is the most stressful part of the run, trying to get there. So we did it.
Yeah, we're in the home
My
stretch
favorite
now.
item in the game.
We have 1 more dialogue with Brer Fox that we have to listen to. And then as soon as we're done with this, we head to Brer Rabbit, get his autograph, and then timing will end when we go to the credits in the menu after the last autograph.
Yes, sir, you sure did help. Bet you thought you was being friendly too, didn't you? Well, go see for yourself.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when I made the category where to put the timing end. So I thought, well, there's a credits button, and usually timing ends on the credits, and it's a little bit cheeky, but
It works, yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
The final stretch here, Brer Rabbit. We are coming for your autograph.
Brer Rabbit's my name. Mighty glad to meet you. Now, here, Brer Bear and Brer Fox
Zoing!
Oh, that was funny. That's our little ticket friend there. Not really sure what his name is, I just call him the ticket friend. But he's supposed to be like the helper tutorial guy. Okay, I do have to wait for this last dialogue here, and then we go to the credits.
I got just the trick. First, though, I need my extra clothes. I hid them in a cloth bag somewhere around here so Brer Fox wouldn't find
Alright, timing coming up in about 10 seconds. Okay, going to the credits. And time. It's as soon as you click the credits button, I believe. So, woohoo! We did it!
Nice.
All right, and the final check is we have to make sure we did get all the autographs and didn't skip one. So, let's see and make sure we got all the autographs here.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to all the runners who open the autograph book after their run because it makes the run 10 times easier to verify. So,
Oh, for sure, yeah. It also just helps my
it's not
confidence.
technically
I'll never do
required.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All good on this first page? Oh dear. Okay. Never mind. We're gonna.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Let's see who we missed real quick. Okay. Oh god, Buzz I missed. Okay. And then. Oh god, I didn't get Pooh Bear. Okay. Buzz,
Ooh.
Pooh, and. Last hero, okay. I'll try to figure out who that is. Oh dear, I do apologize for that. We're gonna quickly get these autographs, but we can do a little outro while I do this, since we did probably already end the time.
I know just what I shall do with these.
I think the last hero might be Peter Pan.
Oh, that might have been it, yeah.
I think you had Buzz, Aladdin, Naveen, and
Okay,
Black Barty.
perfect.
Now perhaps you will always
I'm almost certain that you got Peter Pan though, because I remember him doing his little floor thing.
Oh, that's
where
true,
he sits
yeah.
down.
I remember that too.
I think
Was it
sometimes
Beast? Did you get Beast?
Oh,
he's not a hero.
yeah, I don't know if he's a hero. Oops, not the photo autographs.
Either.
Going back here, okay. Let's see.
I have the guy pulled up, so I'm feeling pretty
Okay.
good about.
Buzz,
Yeah, I mean
Buzz for Toy Story.
Okay.
Buzz certainly.
and then,
Certainly.
let's see, the first one. We got Aladdin, Peter Pan,
Oh, no, you
Naveen,
did Peter
right there.
Barty. Okay.
Naveen, Buzz, Aladdin. Oh, who was it? Naveen.
Naveen we had.
Oh, Buzz, Aladdin, Peter Pan, Naveen, and Black Barty are the 5. Oh yeah, Buzz is the hero, right?
Oh, is Buzz counted twice? I think he's in two.
Oh,
two
yeah, he might be. He is.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Okay, there we go.
Wow, 2 autographs for the price of 1.
Just a suit cadet will be your new home.
I mean, unless this guide is wrong by, which the Super Cheats guide is God.
I
You
love how
know,
he
Shout
signs
out to
it
Jordan.
upside down also. Thank you, Buzz. Okay. Let's check now. Fingers crossed. Okay. I'll go to that page. I'll go to that page. Yep, he is counted twice. Interesting. Okay. Well,
Right there.
thank you all for bearing with me on that. But I had quite a lot of fun, and thank you all so much for having us. My name is Echo Tree. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube. I may be doing some more runs of this in the future. Hopefully where I don't miss some autographs. But and thank you both to my commentators. Do you have anything you'd like to shout out?
I'll let you go first, Black Belt.
Sure. Yeah. You can find me on YouTube, Black Belt Ginger Ninja, and on Twitch, where I stream mostly parkour video games and sometimes silly license stuff. But it's been an absolute pleasure to get to see the Disneyland Adventures community grow, and we'd be happy to have you if you want to come and do some silly speedruns.
Yep, I pretty much agree with what both of them said. It's been a pleasure to be a part of this, to be a part of the speedrun community in general, especially with Disneyland Adventures, because you guys are just so wholesome and awesome. I do also stream on Twitch at my username is Cosmender. Feel free to come by and hang out with me. That's all.
Awesome. And a huge shout out, of course, to the Disneyland Adventures Discord community, and Dripping for the run as well, helping me route this for the marathon here. Yeah, just huge shout out to anyone who's ran the game. If you're a fan of Disneyland, come join us. But all right, that's it for me. Thank you.
The air here is suspiciously
Alrighty, that was very fun. Speaking of YouTube, these runs will be uploaded to YouTube
I see
in
many future
the future. In the
cadets.
future. And these coming up, we have Inside Out, which is a Disney Infinity 3.0 of New Game Plus for Inside Out. And that's going to be it for me. We will tune into Echo Tree live and the host. I will be running Toy Story 3 for Ducks Mode 100%. Currently, Buzz is winning, so make sure you donate to see what character I'll be running as.
I have no idea
So
where
yeah,
I am, but it
I'm North
certainly
Man,
appears to be
and I'll
happy.
take out and I'll
I
let
hope
Echo
they're
Tree
doing
take
all right
over
without me in
as host.
Star Command. To infinity and beyond! Local population appears to be in a state of high...